Hi there, welcome again to my channel. In today's video, I will be discussing about AWS Lambda. So in this video, I'll be talking about basics of AWS Lambda, as well as I will give you a short demo, like how does AWS Lambda works. So let's start. So first of all, AWS Lambda is run code without provisioning or managing infrastructure, that is serverless. Automatically, it responds to the code execution request at any scale. Moreover, it saves cost by paying only for the compute time. It also optimizes the code execution time and also improves the performance with the right function memory size. We can trigger the Lambda from over 200 AWS services and software as a service applications. So these are the major benefits of using AWS Lambda. How does it work? So in order to explain you this functionality, I'll be using two buckets and I will create a Lambda function in which that will get triggered as soon as I upload any image to the source bucket. So once I upload to the source bucket, it will notify the Lambda function. So basically what I am doing over here, a replica, a copy of it, whatever I'm uploading to the source bucket will get copied to the destination bucket. So for this, I'm creating a Lambda function. So as soon as I upload in the source bucket, it will notify the Lambda function. The Lambda function will get executed and it will copy to the destination bucket. So in this lab, first of all, we will go to the management console and we'll be creating two buckets. One will be the source bucket and another one will be the destination bucket. Plus, we will create some IAM policy also in order to give access to the buckets. IAM role also in order to execute our Lambda function, as well as how to create a Lambda function and how to add trigger to the Lambda function. Like when we upload the image to the S3 bucket, how the Lambda function will get triggered. Finally, we will test our Lambda function in the end. So let's move on to the lab. So I will go to the AWS management console. So let's do one thing first. I'm already logged in with the root user. That is not recommended, but still I'm using the root one. So let's say we will go to the S3. Here, first of all, we will create two buckets. My source bucket. So this is the region. So remember this region also because we have to create a Lambda function also in the same region. Otherwise, our Lambda function will not be triggered on any events performed on any put, get, or push events. Anything performed on the S3 bucket. So our Lambda will not get executed. So make it sure we are creating the buckets and as well as the Lambda function within the same region. The bucket name should be unique. So my region is US East, North Virginia, US East 1. The rest of the options, you can just keep it as it is and just create a bucket. So bucket name already exists. So I will just name it as my source bucket J or my J source bucket. Let's check over here whether it exists or not. Create a bucket. So I have created the bucket. Let's create another bucket. Similarly, my J destination bucket. So I'm not choosing anything, any permissions or any policies, ownership, nothing like that. No, I'm not even choosing the public access. So just make it sure the AWS region is same to the previous one that we have created. So let's create the bucket. Okay, so our both the buckets has been created. So you can see over here. My J destination bucket and my source destination bucket, and they are in the AWS region, US East, North Virginia. So let's now go to the IAM policies over here. So first we will create a policy. And then we will also create a role in order to execute our Lambda function. But before that, we will give get and read permissions of that bucket. Let's create a policies over here. So go to the create policy. So you can either use a visual editor or you can just go to the JSON. So I will just copy paste my policy over here. So even I will provide this policy in the description of the video, so you can also utilize this. So no need of wasting time in generating the policies and all. So I will just paste it over here. I need to change the ARN. So either you can just go to the S3 and copy it, but I already knew my bucket names, so I'll just replace it this one. My J source bucket, and slash star means for all, and that is our resource that we are providing, and S3 get object for my source bucket, and for the destination bucket I am just giving the permission for action that I'm going to perform is the S3 put object. So I will just change that one. I just want to show you how you can copy the ARN. So I will just go to the S3. And you can go to the destination bucket that we have created. My destination bucket, you can click on that. And then you can go to the properties and you can copy the ARN from here. After copying this ARN, we can go back to the console over here. And here we will just replace this whole thing with our bucket ARN. That's all. The policy has been created. So that is affect allow action S3 get object on the source bucket and put object on the destination buckets. So I'll just no need of creating a tags. If you want, you can create a tags. And next, we can give some name, my Lambda policy, and description policy for access to the S3 buckets. And then we can just create. So you can search over here, my Lambda policy. So that's my Lambda policy that I have created. So we will just go to the roles over here. And we will create a role. Let it be a AWS service, and use case will be a Lambda. You can also see these are the services that are being supported. So as we have the Lambda, so I'm just choosing the Lambda over here. And then we can go next. Here, first of all, I will add the permission AWS execution, Lambda execution. It's not there. Let me check the name. So we can start with the my Lambda. So we will add this one, my Lambda, and we need to add another one. That is about the least AWS Lambda basic. Let me clear all the filters over here. Okay, so I was just making some naming mistakes. So let's search over here, AWS Lambda. So if you go down over here, you'll find this AWS Lambda basic execution. So I have added my policy as well as this basic execution role in order to execute my Lambda function. Then click next over here. So we can define the role name, my Lambda role. I'll just put a J in order to differentiate. And then we just keep this one as it is. So you can see assume role, lambda.amazon, and these are the policies that are being attached. AWS Lambda basic execution role and my Lambda policy. So you can see over here, it is customer managed that we created, giving access to our buckets. And this one is the basic execution role that is being managed by the AWS. So let's create this role. Okay, so our role has been created. Now we will go to the creation of the Lambda function. So here we will create one Lambda function, author from scratch. So let's put some name, my Lambda function. Okay, let's be this runtime be node JS and rest of the things same. Just we need to change the default execution roles over here. So we have to choose, we already created a role over here with the permission to execute the Lambda. If we are creating a new role, the basic Lambda permission, one of the same thing, but it will create a new role. But we already have a role being created. So I will choose my role over here. That is my Lambda role J that I have created. Then I will click on the, no need of making any changes in the advanced settings. Let it be the same. Just click on the create function. Okay, so that's our Lambda function, and you can see over here by default some code is there for the implementation. So I will just remove this existing code. I will just copy from my file over here. I'll give this code to you also. So I need to change the source and destination bucket names. I'll copy and paste it over here. So we need to change this my J source bucket, I think. Let me check the bucket name. Yeah. let me see over here, my J source bucket and my J destination bucket. So my J source bucket and my J destination bucket. Rest of the things, we did not change anything over here. So this is a message that will be stored in the console log, that will be saved in the log, so that we can see later on. We'll talk about those things later. Then after changing this, we will not test it, we will just directly deploy. So it is updating. So you can see successfully updated my Lambda function. So now we will add over here a trigger. So click on the trigger. So trigger function, that is S3. We will select S3 over here. And you can see we can choose our bucket, that is our source bucket, that is my Lambda J source bucket, my J source bucket. And I will keep it all object create events. You can choose particular also over here, like put, post, copy. So I'm just keeping it all. A prefix, suffix, no need. So I just click over here, I acknowledge and click add. So the problem is, this is what the problem I was talking about. We created our buckets in US East North Virginia, and you can see the Lambda function is being created in the Singapore one. So I will just quickly go back. I'll go to the dashboard over here. Okay, let me close this one. Functions over here. I'll just go to my Lambda function. I will just copy the code. And this is the biggest mistake. Like, while creating function, I didn't take care of the region. So I will just go back to the functions and I will select the function and delete. So just for a confirmation, we will just check our bucket, that is US East North Virginia. So I will just go to this region, US East North Virginia. And now I'm going to create my, there is already my previous Lambda function is there. So I'll just create a new one again from the scratch. So I'll just give the name, my Lambda function J, and change the default execution role, use an existing role, and choose over here my Lambda role J, and then click on the create function. So our function has been created. So again, I will replace the code with the existing. So my bucket names are correct. So make it sure the source bucket and destination bucket, you are replacing those values. Then you can click on the deploy. So this function has been deployed. Now let's add a trigger over here. So S3. And choose the bucket, my J source bucket, all events, and then I need to choose this recursive invocation in order that whenever I write to the S3 bucket, so the Lambda function is being filed, I acknowledge this one and click add. So that's all. I think hopefully everything works fine. Let's you can see a trigger is being added, so you can check the details over here, object created and all. So that's our Lambda function has been created. Now let's go to our S3 bucket. So I will go to my source bucket over here. So I will upload one file over here. Add files. So I will just choose one file. Okay. And then upload. So you can see the file has been uploaded. Let's check our S3, the destination bucket. So there will be a copy of that particular image that I have uploaded. So you can see it is showing in the destination. So this is our Lambda has been triggered. So we can go to the functions over here, and this is the function, and you can see it has been executed 1 minute ago. And we can check over here, monitor over here. You can see the CloudWatch metrics. That's what the message I was talking about. So we can view the logs that we are adding. So you can click on this view logs. So here all the logs are being created. So you can see over here latest, just now it has been created. Loading the events, and you can see over here the latest S3 object copy pass, copy sections. So this is how we can check the log messages also in the CloudWatch. Now in order to avoid, let's do the cleanup over here. So we can go back to the Lambda function and just go back to the functions over here. So you can select your function and just go to the actions and delete. Similarly, you can go to the S3 and you can delete the buckets that we have created in order to clean up everything. And moreover, you can also, so you can select. So I'm just showing you one of them. So later on you can delete it. So the bucket should be empty. So you will get this message. So still you can copy the bucket name and you can just put it over here. So it will just remove all the data from your bucket. Or you can just delete the files from your bucket and you can then choose the option delete. Let's cancel this one and just go back to the bucket. And then we can just delete the file from here. Delete. So we need to put the message over here. Permanently delete. And you can delete the objects. So you can go back to your bucket. And now you can delete your bucket also. You need to copy the bucket name. So that's how our bucket has been deleted. Similarly, you can go to the IAM and you can remove those roles that we have created, unwanted roles and all. So in future, in order to avoid any confusions and all, so it's better to clean up after performing this lab. So the biggest thing that we have to take care while creating a Lambda function, make it sure it is in the same region in which you want to trigger the events based upon any AWS services, S3, SNS, or whatever it is. So that is the most important thing. So in the next videos, I will be showing you how to launch an EC2 instance, as well as I will show you like how you can import the data in DynamoDB using the Lambda function and how we can have a CSV file getting imported into a DynamoDB table. So I hope you like the video. Please do like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.